learn a foreign language without having to do all the drills and grammar practices. Instead, well, all you have to do is sit in front of your chair, watch TV series in your target language, and there's nothing extra that you need to do. So that's basically what I do to improve my Japanese and my English. Last video, we just have covered how to use retail as a technique to improve your overall spoken English skills. And in this video, I'm gonna change it a little bit because I just kind of come up with a new idea to help me improve my overall English ability without having to speak English out loud, which is immersion. Last video, we just have covered how to use retail as a technique to improve your overall English ability. But I assume that retelling is still so difficult for a lot of people who just get started learning a foreign language, especially English. So that's why in this video, we're just going to change it a little bit, kind of take it down a notch. You don't have to retell the whole story after watching the whole video in your own words. Instead, what you should do is to watch the whole video, trying to understand the most of it. And if you run into something like the words or expressions that kind of confuse you to some degree, you can look them up in a dictionary, trying to understand what, and put them back, trying to understand the whole context. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it to improve my overall English comprehension and my spoken English. If you have no idea how to do it, you can simply follow my routine, which is going to help me so much. Without further ado, let's just dive right into it. Just be clear, I do not like ambiguity in language learning. For some people, they tolerate it pretty well and they can understand pretty much most of it and they do not take any notes about what they have learned. But for me personally, I tend to write everything down or tend to look everything up in the dictionary, trying to understand basically 100% of it. So that's why when I run into expressions or sentence structures or vocabularies that seem to confuse me so much, I do write them down on my flashcards, and I'll take my flashcard everywhere I go, especially while I'm on commute. I got nothing to do, and I can take my flashcard out, start to review what I have written down before. That's my method, and if you think it's going to be helpful for you, you can definitely do exactly the same thing as I did. The reason why I tend to write everything down on my flashcard is that I think it's actually part of the process. If you come across something that you don't know and you do ask questions or you do look them up in the dictionary, so then you have learned something new that you didn't know before. But if you come across that for the first time and you did not take any notes or ask questions figuring out what does that mean, then the next time you run into them again, you will still have no idea what does that mean, and you cannot make any progress no matter how long you have learned this language, right? So for me personally, I tend to write everything down on a flashcard, and the reason why I write them down is not simply because I want to memorize them on my own. I just try to understand what does that mean, so the next time when I listen to the same expression or the vocabulary, I will understand context a lot better. Gradually, if I get myself exposed to the same expressions and sentence structures, I will probably just use them unconsciously without having to think so much about my native language or having to do all the translation in my brain, which is so natural. And recently, I spend the majority of my time watching YouTube videos, trying to get input as much as I can. And I even listen to audios when I am on commute or go for a walk in the evening, because I think that's actually the only way to improve my English, my overall English ability, and actually a great opportunity to bridge the gap between me and native speaker. And so that's why when I'm not sitting in front of the computer, I even just convert the video into MP3 format, and I kind of download in my smartphone. So in that way, I can listen to audio on the go or no matter where I go, which is really convenient. So in addition to having conversations with my friends, my family members, working and preparing for the class, I basically spend the rest of my time listening to English audios or watching English videos. It's approximately about 5 hours yesterday, which is a huge amount of input. One funny thing about having so much exposure to English is that last night I was trying to fall asleep early because today I wanted to get up early to start or continue my language learning journey with a head start. So that's why I kind of forced myself to fall asleep early. However, when I was lying on the bed, I just couldn't fall asleep because it seems like my mind was all over, English is all over my mind, and I think my mind was trying to analyze the English that I was consuming today. So that's why I tried to express myself in English, which completely caught me off guard because I feel the whole process was really smooth. Because before, like in the past, I was trying to express myself in English. It often took me some time to kind of get in the mood and to find out the right direction, to find out the right expressions But now it seems like everything comes naturally. It just pops up when I need them. So it kind of make me believe that probably I really have to spend more time listening to English or even watching English videos, because that's basically the way that helps my mind activate, and I can even output a lot faster or accurately, which is something that I will keep doing for sure. That's just my personal experience. Don't take it so seriously. I think if we want to improve our spoken English or our overall English ability, we definitely need to listen to English a lot more, right? But I don't think you guys have to need to go to the extreme, like to listen to English for 5 hours a day or even 6 hours a day, which is absolutely crazy and insane. I think if you can like take 1 hour to learn English, I mean purely listen to English and trying to understand everything in a context, which is definitely enough for you. Because if you can do it for a whole year, which can add up to 365 hours, is a great number, right? So don't force yourself to do the extreme. I think all you have to do is just to find a way that works out perfectly for you. And if you can stay consistent in that way, that means what you're doing right now is the most suitable way for you. So guys, don't just force yourself to do exactly the same routine as I did. No point of doing that. I just hope you guys can eventually acquire a language in the most natural way. And I believe you guys can do it for sure. I'm going to see you guys in my next video.